Are you considering a trip to Turkey? Here's a quick rundown of the country's beaches, cultural landmarks, shopping hotspots, and cruise ports. In other words, all the greatest places to visit in Turkey. Sometimes all we need is a vacation away from the hustle and bustle of city life, social media's continual buzz, and of course, traffic. However, deciding on a place might be challenging. Your heart yearns for the beach, while your head yearns for a rich historical location. It's unusual to come across a location that has practically everything. Turkey is one of these unique gems. Turkey's major tourist sites offer a wide range of interests, particularly those seeking an enlightening journey. It has a beautiful coastline, charming villages, and an unrivaled cultural heritage. See the list of the greatest locations to visit in Turkey in this video. Number 10. Aya Safia Mosque. The Aya Safia Mosque, or Aya Safia, widely regarded as one of the most magnificent buildings in the world, is not just one of the top things to do in Istanbul, but also throughout Turkey. Built in 537 CE by the Byzantine Emperor Justinian, it is considered the greatest architectural achievement of the Byzantine Empire and has remained the world's largest church for 1,000 years. The delicate minarets built after the Ottoman conquest encircle the massive exterior, while the opulent and vast frescoed interior is a great reminder of old Constantinople's majesty and power. This well-known monument is a must-see for all visitors to the country. Number 9. Ephesus. Ephesus is a historic monument in Aegean Turkey that is Europe's most complete classical metropolis. Ephesus was one of the biggest cities in the Roman Empire by the 1st century BC, with the Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Ephesus remains have been beautifully kept and are part of a huge archaeological monument, making it one of Turkey's most famous tourist destinations. Ephesus became a Roman settlement around 133 BC. Although it did not achieve its apogee for another 200 years, Ephesus formerly had a population of about 250,000 permanent citizens when it was the capital of Roman Asia Minor. St. Paul lived at Ephesus, where he promoted Christianity and other religions. Ephesus began to collapse with the deterioration of its port and the sacking of the city by Germanic Goths in the 3rd century. Number 8. Cappadocia. One of the best places to visit in Turkey, Cappadocia is the result of a volcanic eruption. Explore the place with a horse ride, take an air balloon ride, and don't forget to sip on Turkish tea. It is one of the best cities in Turkey that will leave you in awe of it. This is one place you must surely explore if you are visiting Turkey in September or October. Number 7. Cappy Palace. Built in was the 15th century by Mehmed the Conqueror. The palace served as the Ottoman Empire's symbolic and political headquarters until 1853. With its decoration, riches inherent, this palace transports you to another era, making it one of Turkey's most fascinating destinations for history buffs. All of this combines to make this place enthralling and a must-see for any traveler visiting Istanbul, Turkey. After the Ottoman Empire fell in 1924, the palace was turned into a museum. Number 6. Pamukkale. Pamukkale, Cotton Castle in English, is one of Turkey's most famous natural wonders, with its immaculate white travertine terraces cascading down the slope like an out-of-place snowfield amid the lush countryside. The large and rambling ruins of Greco-Roman Hierapolis, an ancient spa town, lay scattered across the crest of this calcite hill and are itself a highlight of a Turkey tour. You may swim the mineral-rich waters that made this ancient spa town famous after viewing the historic theater, which has views across the countryside and relics of the city's agora, gymnasium, necropolis, and magnificent gates. After that, take a trek down the Travertine Hill, wading through the top terraces pools of water to Pamukkale, a little contemporary settlement. Come at night, when the Travertines shine as the sun sets below the horizon for the best photos. Number 5. Antalya. There's something for everyone in this busy Mediterranean center. In the summer, the 2 main beaches outside of town are sun sloth heaven, attracting visitors from all over Europe, while the Old Town district, nestled right in the heart of town, is a beautiful spot to explore, with its cobblestone streets ringed by rickety Ottoman-era homes. The Antalya Museum is one of the greatest in the country, with a magnificent collection of Hellenistic and Roman marble statuary, and there are plenty of attractions outside of town for visitors who want to make Antalya their base. Antalya is a great place to start a day trip to some of Turkey's most famous Greco-Roman ruins, such as Aspendos and Purge, which are close outside the city inside, which has a plethora of ruins. Number 4. Mount Enema. Mount Enema's summit funerary mound is littered with the broken fragments of previously huge statues that defended it, making it the leading tourist attraction in eastern Turkey. One of Turkey's most unusual archaeological sites has to be this strange and lonely spot. The massive stone heads of long-forgotten gods loom over the barren mountaintop, producing an ominous atmosphere. Antalya, monarch of the Commagene Kingdom, which was located in the buffer zone between the Roman and Parthian empires, was responsible for the summit's construction. Antalya devoted this enormous funeral mound to himself as a display of his might, erecting a 50-meter-high artificial pinnacle on Mount Enema's summit, and then adorning it with statues of himself and other gods. The most popular time to go is around sunrise, when you can see the statues emerge from the darkness. Number 3. Aspendos. The jaw-dropping colossal bulk of the Roman theater of Aspendos, just south of the resort city of Antalya, commemorates Marcus Aurelius' rule with pomp and ceremony. The highly renovated 15,000-seat theater is one of the antiquity's major attractions. It is considered the best surviving example of a classical age theater still standing in the globe. Although the theater is the major reason for a visit, and the theater is almost visitors see on a half-day journey from neighboring Antalya or side, the Aspendos complex has lots of other ruins to explore. The ruins of an aqueduct, agora, stadium, and Byzantine-era basilica can be found dispersed around the extensive hillside region surrounding the theater. Number 2. Patara. With such a lengthy Mediterranean coastline, Turkey has a beach for everyone. But Patara is one of the country's most well-known stretches of sand. The beach stretches for 18 kilometers down the shoreline, providing enough space to choose a peaceful area away from the crowds even in the height of summer. The huge ruins of ancient Patara, which feature a colonnaded street, rebuilt Bulutirian, the city's parliament, and a theater that could seat 5,000 people, add to the experience. Wander behind the dunes and discover the crumbling relics of this once affluent Lycian city, once you've had your fill of sun, sand, and swimming. Both Kas and Fethiye can easily access Patara. Number 1. Ani. On the lowlands near Turkey's contemporary border with Armenia, the ruins of the mighty Silk Road city of Ani lie abandoned. Ani's golden period came to an end in the 14th century after Mongol incursions, earthquake destruction, and trade route squabbles all contributed to the city's demise. All who arrive are mesmerized by the lovely red brick structures that are still withering away amid the steppe grass, the elaborate stone masonry, and fresco remnants of the Church of the Redeemer and the Church of St. Gregory, the bulky Ani Cathedral building, and the Pamukkale Mosque, built by the Seljuk Turks when they captured the city in the 11th century and thought to be the first mosque built in what would become Turkey, are all worth seeing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see the rest of our videos. See you soon.